Hey, Bob the Vaping Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at the Limitless RDTA by iJoy. And she's a nice looking tank. So this is a Genesis style atomizer, and this was sent to me direct from GearBest for the purposes of this review. This is a really nice looking Genesis style tank. All right, it says she holds 6 mils of juice. This is definitely the most flavorful Genesis style tank I've ever used, and she's been vaping great. We're going to dive down to the table as we always do and look at it first when it's clean and new and nice, and then we'll come back up and I'll tell you my results after vaping on this thing for a week.
Okay, we have the Limitless RDTA Plus from iJoy Global. Nice looking box. Some information for you there. A disclaimer if you care. And let's open this up for the first time. As you know how I like to do this stuff is I open it for the first time, check it out here, and then we vape on it for a while, and then come back and give you my my opinions of it, the pros, the cons. Con number one, all this wrapping that won't come off. We got a screwdriver. We got a heck of a lot of O-rings, some extra coils, grub screws, different size screws, a whole bunch of stuff in there. And that looks like a spacer for the rebuildable part. You got a smoked glass in there. Don't know if that's one of those color changing ones or just a smoked glass. Look at that. Give you a time to take in all that beauty and artwork on there. Alright. That is not a standard size drip tip. Alright, it's a lot wider than normal. That's not a screw in, it's just a pop-up. So this is one of these with the juice in the bottom, your coils on top, and your wicking going down into the coils. Looks like a very decent sized building deck there. Alright, looks like you should have no problems building on that. Wicking down here. You do have juice fill on the side here, so that will allow you to not have to play with your wicks, but just pop it open, fill, and you fill the bottom of the tank without dropping it. Okay, and that unscrews, and there you go. Very easy to get your wicks wherever you want in there, build on that, and you could just drop this right over the whole thing. Pop that on there. Right, you got your dual airflow on both sides. If you want to see what that spacer looks like, I always recommend dual coils. I think you get a better vape. That's all preference. So you can put that spacer in there. Maybe you can put it in there. Probably be easier to do it by taking this out. But if you do that, that'll close off your airflow on this side, and then you can do single coil with single airflow. Alright. We're going to build this with a dual coil, a dual Clapton in here. In fact, I'm probably just going to throw in the coils that came with it. Alright, came with a couple of those. how you can control your airflow. And a nice wider than normal drip tip for a little bit more airflow. So there you go. I'm going to build this thing and wick it.
So I've been vaping on this on the new E-Leaf iPower, and she's been vaping great. I got right now in there, let's see what kind of build I got in there. Vaping on 57 watts on a 0.21 ohm build, and she's beautiful. I've used a bunch of them, from the Theorems to whatever those other ones are called. I'm bad with names, as you might know. But this one's vaping great. I've actually enjoyed this one a lot. It's easy to fill, easy to wick, easy to use, as most Genesis atomizers are, but the flavor on here has been wonderful. Just wonderful. Let's give you some sizes here. At the base, she is, what do you got here, about 23? 23? Yeah, 23 millimeters without their drip tip. I'm getting about 41 millimeters with the drip tip. I'm getting about 50, no, let's try that again, about 56 millimeters. 56? Yeah, about right, give or take a millimeter. But she's been vaping great. I've had no problems with this whatsoever. I love the design. It looks really nice. Really nice pattern on there. Just looks good. Probably look good on a black mod better than this fake wood grain mod. But she's good. I gotta vape some more. Hold on. Now, at most Genesis style atomizers, I usually find that when I vape on them, I tend to consciously or subconsciously constantly be going like this as I vape, instead of just vaping like this or like this. I kind of think about how I'm holding the tank, because I want to make sure juice is flowing up to those wicks that are hanging down in there. So I'm usually vaping like this. Well, if I haven't, if I've been vaping it, holding it this way, I tend to sometimes when I'm like before I vape, go like that a little bit, just to make sure I'm wetting those wicks. I'm always worried about the wicks not getting wet enough. You know, some people tell you put the wicks long down into the tank so there's no problems with them touching the juice as the juice gets lower. Other people say no, have it come just past the fill hole, because when you vape like this, it's going to get wet anyway. There's a lot about that. I have these about mid-range. They're coming down. You don't see them in the tank here. You can't really see them if I do that, but they're just below, just above here. And I've had no problems with that whatsoever. Popping it off the fill, you pop that up. You can see my build in there. I've been vaping that for quite a while, so it's getting messy in there. Easy to fill. Nice big hole there. You have your top cap. You pop it on with your airflow facing the coils. You can then just turn right there for your airflow. This thing has unbelievable airflow, by the way. Having this fully open, again, if you were a Navy SEAL, you could hide under the water and breathe through this thing, you know, on a mission. All right, no problems there with the airflow. Plenty of airflow. The fill hole, at least every time I screw it in, I don't know if it was by design, you get lucky. The fill hole has always been, where is it? Well, it's facing you, right over there. And I like that. At least it's working out, luckily for me, that way, because when I put this on, I usually vape this way. And when I go like this, just again, subconsciously, I'm thinking that juice fill is over here, so less likely anything's going to leak out. But I've gone like this and vaped it many times, testing it that way. It is not leaking out of there. So this is making a very good seal around the juice fill, and I've had no problems, no leaking whatsoever. Flavor's so good I don't even want to shoot the video anymore. I just want to keep vaping on this. Overall, again, nice construction, looks beautiful, something different with a nice pattern on there. Just looks really cool, I think. And again, it's just vaping nice. There's nothing negative to say about it. You got a nice, tremendous build deck there. You could put whatever you want on there, no problems. Wicking is easy. Yeah, there's nothing I can really talk anymore about it other than to say that it is vaping great and it's doing a great job. Like I said, this was sent to me by GearBest for the purposes of reviewing. This is on their site, original iJoy Limitless RDTA 6.3 milliliters side filling, upgraded 2-post deck, titanium screws, $5 drip tip, blah blah blah. It's going on their site right now for $42.99. I think with the nice design that they did with it, I think that's a fair price. I think we're getting very used to getting, $25, $30 atomizers. This is certainly for something that looks this nice. It's certainly a fair price. Yeah, definitely check it out. Do me a favor, even if you're not buying one, down in the description is a link to GearBest's website. It is, I believe it's a Google link here, so when you click on it, it actually lets them know that you clicked on it from my video. Okay, so that just lets them know that my viewers are actually seeing it and seeing what I'm reviewing for them. So please go ahead and click that link and pull that up. I'd always appreciate that. It just helps me to be able to continue the channel as always and bring things to you for review. So yeah, $42.99. She's a beauty and the flavor is great on it. And yeah, if you like Genesis style atomizers, and there's no real reason not to, especially with a large juice capacity. Doesn't look like 6 there, but don't forget when you're filling it up, you can go pretty high, right up to the bottom of that there. It's easy to clean, easy to work on. Yeah, everything about it's nice, and I'm done because I just want to go vape on this some more.